Hey everyone, welcome back to another day trading recap video. Today is June 14th. It's a Tuesday and I'm watching HUSA and I want you guys to watch with me. So let's just dive right over to the trading screen. Tom was calling it out and saying, HUSA looks pretty good on the 5-minute. And it was funny, right when he was saying that, I was looking at the 5-minute, which is right down here. And I was like, hey, HUSA looks pretty good on the 5-minute. The problem is the 1-minute's a little ugly. And it has, volume fading here, which is good and bad. Typically, you don't want a volume fading, but if it's, in general, a good 5-minute setup, like a bull flag, and the volume's fading, it means the sellers are disappearing here. So that's actually quite good. And now it looks like it's about to be a flat top breakout here at $8. So let's go ahead and watch that. I'll put an alert here to see if it breaks above it. To be honest, I kind of feel like I'm a little done today. The market doesn't feel super hot. It's also a short trading week for me because Monday the markets are closed, and I take the trading day before the markets are closed off. So it's a short week. I got 2 more trading days here. And just in general, in short weeks, I don't like to get super aggressive as the week goes on because I tend to do worse and worse. And I don't like to constantly think about that and make it a self-fulfilling prophecy, but statistically, that's the case right now for about 2 years of statistics. So I'm a little bit antsy when it comes to that. And look at this. Yeah, HUSA, really nice. So good call out there, Tom. Really nice breakout. If you guys are wondering where these callouts were, it was in the Discord, our Trade Journal Discord community, which is totally free. Anyone can get access to it. Just go to Trade Journal. You'll see all the links in the footer below, or in your dashboard. So nice breakout there. Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda. That was a 5% move. Not really too bad. I gotta say, I did not trade HUSA aggressively enough. I mean, you can see here with my share size, very, very small. I should have been doing 1,000, 1,500, maybe even 2,000 shares. I don't know why I went so low on my size today. It was a little bit weird. And now it's really crawling here. I'm getting a little bit of FOMO, which is not great. So yeah, let's look at what I'm up today. I'm up 414. So I was up like 300 something pre-market, like 320 or so pre-market. And then I squeezed out a little bit more profits with HUSA, the only ticker I traded after the market opened. I don't know, I don't feel super great about how I traded today. I feel like I was just really laissez-faire today. I was like, woo, oh, the ticker's popping. Let's, trade it with some size, nothing too aggressive. And then, I'll get back to doing some other work. So I was never really dialed in today where I was like, sometimes you're just trading for 30 minutes flat and you're super in zen. You're going with the, ebb and flow of the ticker. But today I was occasionally popped up to my secondary scanner, or I would look at Zendu scanner or my second screen and then just be like, oh, okay, maybe I'll take a stab at that. Let's see here. Total winners 10. Wow, I did not have a loser today. I almost don't believe that. So I guess that's really why I'm up so much today, because I just didn't give back profits. That's really what it was. So my accuracy was really high, but I didn't have any good winners. I mean, my biggest win here was $78. That's tiny, with a 2% profit. So 2%, that's okay. That's south of a base hit. Base hits, 3 to 5%. This is quite small. It's really like a scalp. But really, the problem here is my average position. Look at this, $4.8 thousand today. That's really small. I've been making a lot of talk about, getting back to $10,000 average position size. So I don't know why I've been sizing down so much. There was one trade though I went aggressive on, and that was INDO with an average cost here or max cost here at $17,000. So I was really sizing in on this one. I think this is going to be a good one to review. And actually, you could always check out my trades and see the exact picture right here. Which might even be faster than using TOS, honestly. But let's just use TOS because we have the luxury right now and it's up to date. But yeah, my last trades on the day, look at this. Size was just too small, period. There's really no other way to say that. I just sized way too small. And these were pretty solid little base hit scalps. They could have easily been, this could have been $100. This could have been, $70. This could have been $200. And just like that, in just these 3 trades, I could have made my $400 just by sizing up more. I really don't know why I was a little bit totally undersized today. It was a little bit weird. I'm still thinking about it and scratching my head. So let's go through them, and we'll start with INDO. That's the one that, what did I just click on? That I sized in so much on. That was right here. And again, I always take screenshots, so you guys could look at my trades if you want to. It's obviously more for me. I like to review my trades every single day, and especially on the monthly recaps. But at the same time, I think they're really helpful for anyone as well. So we had a really, really nice, 5-minute breakout here, really strong. The problem was the volume was lacking till right around this area. So I didn't really trade it till pretty late, as it was over $10. I didn't really get any good pop or continuation. So at this point, I was like red on the trade somewhere in this area, and then it dumped down here, and I was like, oh. I was about to cut, but actually the sell volume was so low, and then kind of held here that I figured there'd be like a fake breakout, and that's exactly what happened. I was like, well, I don't really see this one, running the distance to $12, and that's my original goal on the daily. I thought we were going to see a nice little move to where that big resistance around $12. Let me actually just go to the daily really quickly. You'll see it a little bit better here. This is where we had a huge floor originally, so I was thinking maybe we'll retouch that ceiling, but we didn't get it. Popped up really quick. Volume was actually pretty nice, but it faded quick near the highs, and I just sold everything. Yeah, INDO after the open, just a lot of struggling moves, and it just wasn't really that exciting. HUSA pops up. I've already kind of said what I needed to say on HUSA. I just didn't trade it aggressive enough. I think that was a little bit disappointing. I really don't like multi-day runners. So like these kind of moves, I never feel super comfortable getting so aggressive on, just because I always feel like there's an offering right around the corner, which is probably a little bit of a paranoia I got to drop. I mean, I've been in flushes. And I've been in some nasty halts to the downside. So I think because of that, I'm a little paranoid, but it still happens a very small amount of the time. So I think it probably does me more damage by having that FOMO or that fear than it does actually preventing me from it. I don't know. I could think about that forever. But HUSA, it does have nice continuation. It's holding its highs well. It does have really nice volume profile. I mean, 1 million shares being traded per minute on a lot of these candles. That's really good. I just don't like the fact that there's probably so many back holders on this kind of ticker. And I don't really like the fact that, the overall market is selling off. So I don't really see this ticker just inching constantly up. I mean, it is an oil and gas company, so it is in the right industry because, oil and gas prices are just through the roof and energy costs. But still, I don't know. Not my favorite. SONM, the next ticker we traded here, I did not do a lot on. This was a very quick ticker. I was looking for that break of 8.5 with strength. We obviously broke 8.5, but we never really broke it with much strength. Volume was very light here. I just tried a bunch of attempts to have that continuation, but we never really got it. I think maybe that's why I didn't do as great as I feel like I could have today, because maybe the opportunities were far and few. Relative volume on SONM on the daily is really low too. Like usually, what I want to see is like a ticker I can really dial in on and get aggressive and like, okay, like I'm doing the right thing. I'm in the flow. Let me start sizing up. A lot of times I'll do $2,000, $5,000 to like dip my toes in to see like, is this the ticker I can start sizing up with? But I feel like I just need to dip my toes with $10,000 and size in with $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. That's what I need to do. I basically need to do exactly what I'm doing right now, just like times 3, times 5 everything. Period. Like it's not even going to affect the volume. So yeah, that's really it. KAVL, the next ticker here. This was our lead gapper today. This is the one I was super stoked on originally. You can see here KAVL is the first ticker I talked about in my notes. We have a new gapper, KAVL, extended hours runner. I said top heavy here with no real volume, ranging right now below VWAP. So I was a little bit nervous on this ticker because it was just ranging here below VWAP with very light volume. I felt like it already had its run. Oftentimes I'll say if a ticker is traded too much pre-market, you want to be a little careful with that ticker because at the market open, because it already had its day in the sun. It already had its fun in the sun, so to say. And then by the time the market opens, it's either it's priced in or it's extended, it's overtraded, and then all of a sudden, the sellers, the short sellers, maybe an offering, all that stuff starts getting piled in, buyers disappear, and whack, you get some nasty moves. So that's how I feel a little bit with KAVL. If this maybe had a little bit more of a healthy crawl here and maybe started consolidating a little higher, I felt like I would have been a little bit more aggressive. I really don't want to see more of a pullback of like 20-something%, and ideally I want to trend over VWAP. Let's say VWAP was somewhere in this area. This is just like a horrible graphic, but like this would make me a little bit more ambitious. Let's see what kind of sell-off this ticker had. This ticker was down like 28-30%. Okay, yeah, so that's like definitely on the far range of a ticker I'd really want to see pulling back. And I do outline everything I usually look for. If you just go to tradejournal.co/, oh, I don't have it here. But it's actually, if you go to the About page, this might be interesting for anyone that wants like a little bit more of a Then you go to the how-to here and you want like a little bit more of a guide or a cheat sheet. Check out the slides, checklist, and PDF right here. I have exactly what I'm looking for my tickers, what I'm looking for pre-market, and all that stuff in the checklist. So just open that and you'll see exactly what's going on. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all there is to talk about. I'm not super ambitious on any of these tickers. I'm a little bit surprised I didn't trade DAWN from yesterday, dawn. I made a whole entire recap, focus. There was a nice section of yesterday's recap focused on DAWN because I thought we were going to maybe see this one bounce up a little bit more today, and we did. And I didn't really trade it. 17%, pretty okay volume, and it was a really solid front side here. Look at that 5-minute pop. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like now it's really sketchy. Low volume and a lot of fake outs. So this is where you stop trading, at least for me. Like, if you're a range trader, this might be a little bit more attractive. But for me, that's like terrifying looking. But this is really, really nice. So there's opportunity today. It could have been $1,000. It could have been a $2,000 day easy. I just sized down too much and I didn't trade enough. Kind of like the opposite, of like, oh, I overtraded. Today I undertraded and I undersized 100%. Oh well, it is what it is, and hopefully I can get a little bit more comfortable sizing in this weaker market. I think I should. Okay, right after I ended the recap, I actually traded REV, and I can't believe I missed it. Oh my god, how perfect was that? I was probably rambling about the recap somewhere in this area when this one had a huge 5-minute breakout right at 166, 167. That was at 955. So yeah, right in this area, boom, breakout. Volume was pretty nice, 600, 500,000 being traded, and then it just freaking rockets. Boom. 37%, 1-minute pullback, another 30%. Oh my god. And whew, in total, this ticker is up right now 133%, and it just kind of gave back quite a bit from the highs. Wow. So nice. Definitely a little bit of FOMO coming in here because this is exactly what I was waiting for. So when you see something like HUSA and and I'm saying like, wasn't that nice, not a lot of opportunity, blah blah blah, wasn't really my thing, multi-day runner. It's because it's exactly that's the case. And then if you go to now I forgot the ticker now, REV, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So first day, big green day here, high relative volume, and just explodes. And then especially if I'm really dialed in, a ticker like this, this could be one of your biggest green days. So exciting. Anyway, I don't want to keep rambling here. I don't have super high hopes for this ticker just in general. I mean, it's just look at this daily. It's disgusting. We've seen this ticker before, and it just fell off a cliff. It looks like a big potentially dead cat bounce. I don't know. I don't really love these setups when there's so much resistance above. It would really have to break over 4 for anything major to happen, and I feel like even if it does, it has another big resistance zone around $5. I don't know. I'm just not super bullish on it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it just continued selling off. It would have to really hold its highs here, so let's see what happens. But hey, we were able to scratch off another $50 profit there, so I guess I can't complain too much. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning for the next day trading recap. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.